Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today my topic for this particular video is the tuple. And in the previous video, you remember I covered the list. So now I move to the tuples, and tuples is also a collection data types. And the major difference between the list and tuple is like in the list are immutable. We can change the value into the list as per the requirement. We can add the values, remove the values, but tuples are immutable. We can't change the value into the tuples. That's the major difference between the tuples and the list. But tuples also a collection data types. So in this particular video, I'm going to discuss the all operations or methods supported by the tuples. So first, let me discuss the introduction part. Like tuple is a immutable data structures, and tuple is a collection which store data in order and unchangeable. As I told, like the tuple is immutable, we can't change the value, so tuple is unchangeable. And it's allow the duplicate values, and it's allowed duplicate values as the list also allow the duplicate values, because in the tuple also we support the indexing and orders. And if we maintain the indexing and order, then we can add the duplicate values into the tuples also. And as I told, like the tuple is similar to the list in the indexing way. So indexing is same. So in tuple also, like the indexing are same, similar to the list. So first item is stored at the 0 index and second item stored at the 1 index, as similar to the list. So let me quickly jump to the coding part, how we create the tuples into the memory. So in the first example, like we need to create a empty tuples. So we just need to use the brackets. These are the brackets, and then we create a tuples. This is the basically the empty tuple we create into the Pythons. Let me execute this code. So you can see here, it print the data type, class type is tuples for this particular value, because we don't provide any values. We create a blank tuple, empty tuple here. And if we provide the integer values, like in the second example, you can see here I'm providing the one first integer, then separate this integer with the help of comma. You can see here the comma, then second integer 2, then again comma 3. So this way we can store the integer value into the tuples. We have the only two requirement. One is the bracket, second was is separated by comma, and we can store any values like the integer, float, string, and also the list. Basically any type of data we can store, like the mixed data type also. Let me show you the next example. In the next example, I'm storing the string data type here. Like these are the three strings. I'm storing these into the tuples, like the data, then separated by the comma, then Python separated by comma, then data science separated by comma. So this way we create that tuples with string values. And if we have the requirement to store the like the mixed data types, so here you can see the example. In this example, I'm storing first is the tuple. This first value is a tuple, then a string, then a list of integers, then a dictionary. So this way we store the mixed data type also in the tuples. And if we print this, you can see here, this is also stored as a tuple. And we have the like the two major requirement while creating the tuples, as I told earlier also, like the one is the bracket, second one is the comma. And if we create a tuple with single item also, then we need to provide that this is the first item, single item, and just we need to put a comma here. Now it store the this value as a tuples. And if we remove this comma, then it store this value as a string. Let me show you in the next example. You can see here, same value, same string value we pass. We just remove the comma from here, and now check the types. So you can see here, type is the string. So if we remove the comma from the tuple, then it save the single value as a string. And if we use comma with string a single value, then it save as a tuple. So that's the like the tuple luxury, how we can store the single item also as a tuple. And there is the another methods like the tuples and then bracket. We can use this constructor also to create a tuples. We just need to pass the value inside this bracket, and then also we can create a tuples. This is the another mechanism to create the tuples. And let me move to the size or length of the tuples. We can use the methods len. len, and then we need to pass the tuples between the bracket, and it check the length of the tuples. And let me move to the indexing part. So as I told, like the indexing is similar to the list. So if you see my previous video regarding the list, the similar indexing is follow into the list, and same in the tuples. So here basically we create a tuple 4, and we pass these values like the optimal first string, then separated by comma, you can see here, then xai separated by comma, then data size separated by comma, then again xai, then separated by comma, ai separated by comma, then data analytics. And here you can see where we also passing the duplicate value xai, then xai, as I told, like the tuple is sporting the duplicate values. And let me move to the indexing part. So you can see here like the optimal first value store at the 0 index, second value xai store at the 1 index, third value at the 2 index, then fourth value at the 3 index, then ai at the 4 index, then data analytics at the 5 index, and also the negative index. You can see here negative index start from the -1, then -2, then -3, then -4, -5, -6. So this is similar to the list, and we can access in similar way as we do in the list also. So you can see here, if we are interested to check the item on the 0 index, so we just need to pass the 0 in square bracket. So you can see here, this is the square bracket, and we just pass the index value here, and it's return the optimal, like the first value on the 0 index. You can see here the 0 index, we have the optimal value. And we can also use the range, as I explained during the list operation also. Like if we are interested to get the value from one particular index to the another index, like the multiple values. So here I'm interesting values from the 1 index to 3 index. So it basically return the value on the 1 index, then on the 2 index. Basically it return value from starting to end -1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So it return the xci and data science. You can see here it return the xci and data science. And we can also use the similar to the list, we can use the skip here step size, and here I am using the 2 as a step size to skip one item in between. So it return the optimal, then it skip the xai because step size is 2, then it return the data science, then skip the xai, then return the ai, and then skip the data analytics in the end. You can see here same output if we execute this particular code, and this is the same output. Skip one item in between. First it return optimal, then skip xai, then return data science, then skip xai, then ai, then skip data analytics. So this is the way how we can skip the items in the tuples. So in case of requirement to reverse the tuple, we can use the double colon, then -1 to reverse the tuple, and it reverse the tuple. You can see here the output, like the data analytics is coming into the 0 index, then ai, then xai, then data science, then xai, then optimal. It reverse the tuple completely. So we can use the negative indexing also to get the value from the tuples. You can see here we are interested to get value from -4 to -2. So here you can see -4 is data science, then -3 is xai, and -2 is ai. But in as tuple is working, like the last item is exclude, so it return the data science and xai. So you can see here data science and xai. So next is update tuple by converting tuple into the list. For example, if we require, we have the requirement to add the value into the tuples or change any value into the tuples, but tuple is immutable. We can't change the value into the tuples. We can't add the value into the tuples, but we have the way out how we do this. We convert the tuple into the list, then add the value or update the value as per the requirement. Then again, convert those lists back to the tuple. This way we can do into the practice how we can add the value into the tuple, how we update the value into the tuple. So let me show you the code here. Basically I am creating a tuple, and this tuple has first values data, then analytics, then python, then data science, and tuple name is tuple 5. And here I'm printing the tuple and their type. So you can see here this is the tuple I'm creating first, and its data type is tuple. Then I convert those tuple into the list by using the python casting. So here basically I'm using the list, then bracket, then pass the tuple. So this way I'm converting those tuple into the list, and then printing this data type list and their value and data type. You can see here Now our tuple is converted into the list. So here data type also the list as expected. Now I'm adding the value into the list. So you can see here I'm updating the value on the index one. I'm changing value to Java. So in the our original list or original tuple on the index one, we have the value analytics. Then again in the list also analytics. Now I'm interested to update this value to Java. So this way we use the to update the list. And I also want to append another value, add another value frameworks in the end of the list. So now I'm printing this list with their type. So you can see here, this is the new list. Now our value is changed from analytics to Java, and this new value is added as the end because we are using the append here. And now I'm converting back this list to the tuple. So here I'm using the tuple, then bracket, then passing the list here. So, and I'm printing here, like you can see here, now we convert our tuple successfully from the list, and this is the value like the data, Java, Python, data science frameworks, all values. So this is the hack how we can update the value into the tuples, how we add the value into the tuples. Let me move to the unpack of the tuples. So in the tuple, we store the multiple data items because tuple is a collection of data items, and we can assign those items to separate variables. Basically, we create the separate object reference in the Pythons. So this is the way, like here, basically I'm unpacking the tuple 5. In the tuple 5, you remember we have the 5 values: data, Java, Python, data science framework. And here I'm defining these 5 variables name identifiers, and then assigning these 5 value to these variables by unpacking the tuples. This is the syntax to unpack the bracket. Then the variable first separated by comma, second variable, third variable, fourth variable, and fifth variable. You can see here this way. And if we print this variable, you can see here source is referred to the data, like the item on the zero index in the tuple. Language one is referred to the item on the first index, Java. You can see here language one is referred to the Java object. Language two is referred to the Python object. You can see here this way tuple is work. Domain is referred to the frameworks. You can see here, sorry, in the data science, domain is referred to the data science because I'm using the domain here on this position, like the fourth position. So that's why it's referred to the data science, and tool is referred to the framework. So this is the way how we unpack the tuples. And this is the like the very useful case. In case of programming, we generally use the unpacking. And if we have the requirement to generate a tuples by appending the two tuples, so we can do this also. Like this is the tuple first, tuple 6, we store the strings into the tuple 6, then we create another tuple is tuple 7 with the integer values, and we can concatenate both the tuple by the plus operator. You can see here plus tuple 1 and tuple 2, and now our new tuple is created by concatenation of these two tuple. So you can see here this value, string value coming from the tuple 6, and these integer values coming from the tuple 7. Now we create a new tuples here. And we can also use the multiply operators to generate a new tuples. And this multiply operator basically create a new tuples. And for example, if we multiply the tuple with 2, so it basically repeat all element of this particular tuples 2 times. And if we use here 3, then it repeat all items of these tuples 3 times and then create a new tuples. Similar to that, you can see here by using the 2, it's repeating all values 2 times and again 2 times. And so this is the way how we can create a tuple by using the multiply operator. And these are the other methods supported by the tuple. For example, the count. If we want to check the count of the any value into the tuple, we can use the count methods. And to check the index, we can use the index method also. Let me show you. So this is the tuple 8, and this is the value of tuple 8. You can see here A, B, C. So here we are interested to check the count of one value, and you can see here this is the first one, then second one. One is occur 2 times into this tuple. So you can see here the count is 2. And if we interested to check the index of this one, then it return the index, like the first item of the one value store at the 3 index, and it's return the 3 index, you can see here. And if we are interested to check the maximum value from the tuples, then this is the tuple 7. You can see here, this is the tuple 7, and maximum value is 5 in the tuple. So you can see here, it returned the 5s as expected. In case of min, we can use the min method, and minimum value from the 7, you can see here is the 1 is the minimum value, and it return the minimum values. And suppose we have the requirement to sum all the values, and so you can use the sum method, and it return the sum of the all values. So here are the like the these all values, and it return the sum is 21. So this is the way how we use the tuples, how we utilize the different operations and different methods supported by the tuples in the programming. And tuple also support the loops. So here are the example of the for loop. You can see here, this is the tuple 7 we use from here, and this is the tuple 7 we created here. And now we are interested to print all items one by one from this. And here basically I'm using the for loop as I explained during our control flow video. So this is the item, and we are checking the membership of this item into the tuple. Tuple is a iterable object, so we are using the tuple directly here and printing each item one by one. So you can see here, first it print the 1, then 2, then 3, then 1, then again 2, 3. So as per the sequence is printing the values also. So in this particular video, I cover the most of the methods operations supported by the tuples. And in the upcoming videos, I will share the operations supported by the set and dictionaries. And so thank you for watching my video, and please like and subscribe my channel. And thank you.